This has to be one of the most anticipated Spider-Man figures ever. I do mean that. I mean, like all the 95 Tom Holland Spideys we got, those are all good. Don't get me wrong. They're good. This is the one I was waiting on. When I saw this over order, I was like, yep, gotta have it. Must have it. No brainer. I'm in. The video game by itself is just freaking amazing. Gotta be honest with you guys. But a black suit Spidey, finally from Hot Toys? Yes, please. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this one. This is the special edition that I got from Pop Collectibles. If you want to get one of these, that's where I got mine. And good luck adding one to your collection because it's going to be pretty cool. I think. I just got it. Box art looks great. Got a special edition. Got a little accessory action with that, which is pretty cool. I think that's might actually be a must-have. We got nice little symbiote gloss sections going over here. A little carbon fiber-esque on the legs. It's kind of interesting. And then over the back. And then there's that, and then just says Spider-Man 2, you know, whatever. It's going to be pretty stoked for this one, guys. Gotta say. Let's see if we can get this thing out of the box. Let's go. All right, so we have another box. So we got a plastic cover here. Nice little purplish. I mean, there's all kinds of different crazy colors going on here. Got a nice little DNA thing going on here. I dig that. Peter Parker. That's interesting. Peter Parker, black suit. I can't recall a Hot Toys figure that said Peter Parker on it and not Spider-Man. Correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong about that, but I don't think there is one. I've had quite a lot of them. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. We got a little tape action. Got a little slice. Let's go. I've skipped quite a few of the recent Spider-Man figures for the collection just because I have so many. This was not going to be skipped. It's not. And look, they've even got, if I can get this out here. There we go. It's even got, on the box, it's got like symbiote stuff on the plastic. That's kind of cool. I'll never see it again, but it's still kind of cool. So what do we got? We got two trays. We've got the legs. Those look pretty sick right off the bat. This is what I want to look at. We'll get all the other stuff out. This is kind of what we're all waiting for. And look, this is, oh man. I'm so stoked for this. I am so stoked for this. Look at this thing. Wow. It is very glossy. I mean, you see the light shimmering off. It is very glossy. It is very, if you've got the previous Venoms, then it's very similar to that. It's very glossy, very wet looking, which matches the way it's supposed to. Love that. Love that.
Right.
Dude, that's pretty sick. Now, I did get the special edition, and sometimes with Hot Toys, like the special editions are crap. This is not the case. This is a must-have. I think if you don't get the special edition with this one, it's a miss. That is freaking beautiful. We'll look at that more closely in a little bit. We got a lot of stuff going on here. We got web wings. We got this tendril. Let me get all the stuff out of the box. Okay, so this is a ridiculous amount of accessories. Like it's a lot. So value for dollar here, I think it's pretty strong. Obviously, a Spider-Man figure should come with a lot of stuff because he's got to do a lot of crazy poses. Let's start off with the base. Spider-Man 2. Nice. Got his matte finish here. Nice some gloss deal going on there. So Spider-Man 2 just says black suit. And that's pretty much it. Nothing crazy there. Typical Spider-Man pole. I do prefer at least with Iron Man ones, you get a little longer ones. You can get them up a little higher. I feel like that's a little better, but we've seen this a bunch of times, nothing crazy. And of course we get the grabber, which is guaranteed to dent or otherwise mark the suit. Use at your own risk, but it's Spider-Man. How do you not use that? Honestly, it's one of those things. What else? Let's go with the hands. So on the figure itself, 2 fisted hands. That's what comes on the figure. We'll get to that in just a second. And then we get a bunch of other hands. We get some wall crawling hands. We got to have those. And they're nice and glossy. I mean, it's exactly what you would expect. Looks fantastic. I mean, you can see the light bounce off of this thing. It's beautiful, wet. Even the white part has this like blue edge to it, I guess, if you will. Kind of like what they did with the eyes. So you can see a kind of blue edge going in there. They've also, and also the blue is on the symbiote symbol there. But there's all on the white sections that has a nice little bluish deal to it. So I dig that. Wall crawling hands. We get some other just whipping-ish doing things, hands, doing Spider-Man hand things. Here's your web slinging whipping hands right here, right and left. Get those, pretty cool. And then you get this little grabbing hand to grab things. So that's kind of cool. I dig all those. I like those very much. Now, on the figure, just like previous Spider figures, you got swap out wrist plates. Now, this is interesting because he doesn't actually have web shooters because he's symbiote. So in here, you can see through it, all right? Boom, boom, boom. There's a hole there. That's where you would attach. Not those guys. These guys. These grasp. These go into. They go in there. So on here, each one of these guys here has a nice little peg, and that's where they would go. So because this symbiote version doesn't have the web shooters, you got different ways to attach it. That's a nice detail. I dig that very much. So you get two of these guys, these little spear-ish type deals, and they have nice little pegs there, so you can use both for both hands there. And then you got this, which is a new piece, I think. I don't know if it came with the Advanced Suit 2.0 version. I don't know, but new to me anyways. Again, has a nice peg section right there. I dig that. That's a super cool piece. I like that. I have no idea what I'm going to do with all these web symbiote things, but we're going to have a lot of fun with it. These three are designed to go with the peg hole there. And then this section over here designed to go either over the arm or actually be held by a hand on those. So we'll get to that in a second. Now we do have these guys, which historically I hate. They just don't stay on the figure well. If you don't have the figure posed perfectly, they just don't stay. It's just weird. But I will highlight them because they're here. You got a glossy side, and then underneath you've got like this webbing carbon fiber-ish look. It looks nice, honestly. It looks pretty cool. But the odds of me using that's pretty slim because, like I said, the actual engineering functionality of these, yeah, they look cooler than they actually function. I'll put it that way. Now, we do have these guys, so we got a whole lot of different attachments for symbiote deals. So these are designed to go in the different hands, so you can use and have him hold. So you've got this guy. It's just a thing. And then you've got this. This is new. Haven't seen this before. Kind of dig that. Now, you'll see these have little attachments, I guess, if you will. These little loops are for the hands, so you can go over the hand. You can be holding on to those. You got one on this one on this one, and then you've got on this longer one here, you've got a loop right here. So those are pretty cool. Rather large. Kind of dig that. And then this guy, you actually have to remove the hand, slide this over a forearm, and attach it. This is pretty crazy. This is kind of crazy. There's a peg. It's kind of hard to see better. There's a peg entry right way down there to put the arm on. This thing's pretty stinking cool as well. So that's all of that. Then we obviously, because he's got the legs down there, if you don't want to use those and you want to have him, he comes out of the package with these 4 holes just stuck there for the legs. Then you got these guys. We've seen these before. Nothing crazy. I will most likely be using the legs, but good to have the option. I like that. Pretty cool. Now the legs wise, these things are absolutely beautiful. I mean, highlights of blue on the inner joints. So we'll kind of zoom in a little bit. Highlights of blue here, blue, I mean, everywhere you see, and then it's got the symbiote going around each little section. These, I mean, it's like silverish metallic. It's beautiful. These are absolutely going to stand out on the shelf. There's no way around it. Plenty of posability, ratcheted joints all the way around. I mean, yeah, I'm a big fan of these. I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. So let's get those out of the way for a second. And let's talk about the actual figure. So let me get you out of here, out of here. Here we go. So here's our Spidey. It's beautiful. Now, the material is very similar to what we saw with Venom, so that's not much of a shocker with that. What is kind of a shocker, like I said earlier, this little blue section they've got going around the eyes, I kind of dig that, and it also goes around the symbiote. It's very faint, and I'm not sure even how much is picked up on camera, but all around each blue of the symbiote has that, or each line of the symbiote has that little blue edge to it. It's almost like a watercolor. You've got it on the hand here. I think it's great. Texture going on here. You can see like little lines sculpted into the symbiote. I wouldn't call it a suit, but it is a suit. And yeah, it's got like almost like sinew of muscle in different directions, the way it's sculpted. It's freaking cool, man. So you got like the striations going this way, and then it kind of changes up, and then we got striations going this way. I mean, just freaking cool. Big fan of this thing. Posability, not going to be a problem. You are going to get this. Now, there's no shocker. We've got Spider-Man figures. We've been getting them for years and years and years. We know there's going to be punching up of material. Even on Venom, even as crazy as you pose that one, it doesn't typically break down or damage. So I don't think we're going to have too much issue with that. Ratcheted joints, double bend on the arm, typical Spider-Man stuff. Ratcheted hips, ratcheted forwards, double bend on the knee. I mean, exactly what you would expect. Ratchet on the torso. This is where it gets weird with pretty much every Spider figure. If you'd want to do something crazy, then yeah, it looks a little strange. But yeah, this thing's beautiful. So I do want to, if we can, pop this guy off. Where does it go? Let's get this guy on. That looks freaking awesome. I did have a little bit of a challenge getting it pegged in all the way, and I'm not 100%. I mean, it's on there. I'm not 100% certain. It's been a little finicky, but maybe yours will be on easier than mine. This looks freaking beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Love how he's got the symbiote eyes going all over the face. Now, I have seen some people have placed Tom Holland's head in here. I don't see the point. I'm not going to be messing with that. You can pop this. If you heat this section up, you can remove it and then put other things. I just don't see the point. I don't know. Maybe I'll find a head sculpt around here and maybe I'll play around with it. But at this point, that's not for me. This looks pretty freaking stellar. Like I said, if you didn't get the special edition on this particular figure, I think that's a miss. Again, my opinion. But a lot of the times the special editions the little accessories are stupid, like a hologram or a coin or some stupid shit. This thing is that's freaking cool. Love it. Only one thing left to do, guys. Pose it up. All right, let's call this what it is. A very difficult figure to video just because of the way I have it posed. It's freaking awesome. It is tall. And yes, I'm using the Mark 46 base because I think the one that they supplied with it is just too short. That's just my opinion. Honestly, it just looks awesome. Look, we got the diorama style thing going on, but check this out. There we go. Massive, awesome, glorious, beautiful, all the words. All of the words. I mean, it's just freaking, yeah. So I've got the little symbiote arm attachment going on there. Got a little fist action there, a little bent elbow, and I got obviously the full mask, I guess, if you will. And then these legs are freaking beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And massive. I mean, straight up, this is ridiculous. So all the little symbiote part that goes on it, all around, as you can see, the little nice highlights of blue and silver bits and little carbon fiber-esque stuff going on. I mean, it's just good looking. I want to tell you, this is an absolute stunner. And on the shelf, I mean, you see it right there. Absolute winner of a piece. Absolutely. Now, I have an idea, and I got to draw this up in CAD. I was kind of talking with some friends about this. Yes, the clamps are going to damage the suit. No way around that. I mean, it's not our first rodeo with a Spider-Man figure, but I have an idea that I'm going to work on and may just solve that problem. I'm working on it. So I'm going to put my design skills to use, and but if I have any, and we're going to see if we can't solve that problem. This thing is beautiful. Look at that. Every angle. There's some clones back there. Every angle is just, look at this thing. Now I would throw it on my turntable, but honestly, I don't think we need it. But the posability of the arms and all the joints. So you've got, joints. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 joints, 6 posable articulated sections on each leg. And yeah, it's just, bam, look at this. That's glorious. Yep. I mean, there's nothing else to say. Do I even need to do another pose? Do I even need to? Because this is, look at this, even all the angles. Do I even need to mess with another pose? And you guys are saying, yes, of course you do. And for our next party trick, we're going to have him in a little landing pose that is massive. All right, so just to give you an idea of scale of this, the way I've got it laid out, it's 21 inches square, so front, back, and about 8 inches tall. So yes, this will absolutely fit in your Detolf or your the Blalisk, the new thing. It'll totally fit in there, just like this. It is freaking awesome. Look at this thing. I mean, there's not, if I can get the focus, there's not a bad angle. There's not a bad angle here. It is beautiful. The contrast between the silver legs, the symbiote suit, the white eyes, the symbiote white symbol in the chest, it is absolutely just magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. I mean, there's not a bad angle. If there is one, you guys can tell me. But, I mean, come on. Absolutely freaking gorgeous. And just like that, this time we've got him without the spider legs, looking all kinds of awesome. And look at this guy. I mean, come on. Look at this. Freaking awesome. Absolutely awesome. We got the sculpt going on there. I mean, that thing's looking pretty freaking good. We got the web arm going back there. The web, that thing is freaking long, which I think works rather well. And then I've got, let me spin him around here if I can. I've got this web attachment on his hand, and it pegs in, as I showed you earlier, to the little attachment on the wrist. Not the easiest thing to peg in, to be honest with you guys. I had to heat this up a little bit, and it took a little pressure to make that work, but I did make it work, and it does look good. And there we go, looking all kinds of cool. This thing is freaking sick. Look at this Spidey. Just saying, he's looking kind of good. We got the suit bending in all kind of different directions, and pretty freaking pleased with it. Pretty freaking pleased, if I must say so myself. What do you guys think? Are you digging this? Are you not? Are you liking the I don't know what you're going to call this sculpt. I like this sculpt. I like it a lot. I like the other one a lot too. I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with, honestly. I haven't quite decided. But I will tell you, this one looks pretty freaking good. I dig it very much. And look, no clamps. No damage. No clamps. Well, I mean, obviously that suit's bent up, but you can see what it does. But no clamps supporting Spidey. Looking all kinds of awesome. Yeah, pretty pleased with this one. Kind of spin him around, give it a little different angle to this guy. I think that is classic Spidey posing, if there ever was one. There we are, guys. We've got Spidey posed up, looking massive, and it really is. It's massive, and it's fantastic. And I think I'm going to display mine pretty much like this. I think it looks great. Now, I have seen, if I can get this piece over here, I have seen some people take this sculpt and put Tom Holland sculpt in it, put other things in there. I did that. I got it right here. Well, I think it's focused. I got it right here. I didn't like it. I don't think it looks all that great. So that's just my thoughts on that. This right here is going to be how I'm most likely going to display mine. I like the legs. I like the symbiote action going on the legs. I like how much freaking space it takes up vertically. I think that's interesting. Yeah, I'm just a big fan of this thing. I think it's freaking fantastic. And look at, once again, no clamps destroying my suit. So that's cool. I like that there. Look at that. No damage to suit ever. I can leave it like this forever and nothing bad will happen. So that's pretty stinking cool. Big fan of this. Now I am using the Iron Man flight pole because the one that comes with this figure is just too short, in my opinion, to use with the legs. And to get him a little, if I can get him, to get him a little higher off the base. Like I said, this should have, just my thoughts. But I think right here, I think that's a total win. So if you happen to get one of these for yourself, I think you could be pleased with it. Posability is great. Ratcheted joints, everything looks great. The symbiote action on these legs, I think, is great. Will we see this guy, a variant of it, with a Tom Holland for future movies? I hope so. We'll see. But for me, this right here, it's a win. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned to Instagram. I'll probably post more poses and just different things going on there. And if you're curious how the hell I did this with no clamps, if you're curious about that, no damage, using the Hot Toys base and flagpole, maybe you should check us out on Patreon. Maybe I'll tell somebody over there. As always, click what you like. See you next time.